Hello and good morning. Welcome back to the first slate of games after the All-Star break. I've got two parlays, two straight bets, a lean, one bet that comes out actually on Friday that they put up on accident and took back down. And then there's also a very big announcement towards the end of the video. Honestly, either stay tuned or just skip straight to that. I'll put the time in the description because I think it's the most important thing. But anyway, let's get into it with the straight bets. LeBron James, over 27.5 points, minus 112 on Barstool. He averages 30 points per game this year. In his last 10, he's also averaging 30 points. And versus the Warriors earlier this season, he dropped 31 points. He's over this 27.5 points mark in 21 of his last 28 games, aka 75%. And remember, you just got to be right 53% of the time to make money, so long as you're being consistent with your wager amounts and the odds. But anyway, this past weekend, LeBron actually called these next 23 games the most important of his career. So let's see what the NBA's all-time leading scorer can do versus a bottom three defense in the Warriors. Hopefully pretty good. Straight bet number two, Drew Eubanks. Under 8.5 points, minus 115 on PointsBet. I feel bad taking somebody under 8.5 points, but he only averages 5.9 points per game this season. In the last 10, he is up to 7.2 points. Earlier this year, in 16 minutes of play versus the Kings, he got as many points as I've ever gotten in the NBA, which is 0, yes, but he's under 8.5 points 18 times out of his last 22 games. That's 82% of the time, and he, to top it off, scores a little bit less on the road, which they are. So it feels bad, but gotta do what you gotta do. So now on to the first of my two parlays. Very excited about these. I actually learned a lot putting these together. But the first one is going to be SGA 25 plus, Lowry 20 plus, Josh Giddey 12 plus, and Kessler 8 plus rebounds. Let me break that down. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 25 plus points. He's averaging 31 this year. In his last 10 games, he's averaging a bit more, 32 points per game. He's hit this line in 26 of his last 33, 78% of the time. But he's heavily outdone by Lauri Markkanen, 20 plus, because he's averaging 25 points per game this year, basically 25 in the last 10 as well. But he's hit this line in a hilarious 25 out of the last 26 games, which is 96% of the time and the highest conversion rate I think I've ever seen. But moving on to the third leg in this parlay, Josh Giddey, 12 plus points, averages 16.3 points per game, has beautiful hair. He's got 17.3 points per game in his last 10, and he averages that many on the road as well. Also, a comical 17 out of the last 18 times he's hit this line, which is 94%. Kessler, 8 plus rebounds. He's averaging just around 10 boards in the last 10 games. He's over this in 7 of his last 9 games, which is 78%. His line is set 4 boards higher than this 8 plus. And I mean, how often would the books be wrong 33% about a player's rebounds? That would just be crazy to me. So hopefully Vegas knows at least 66% of what they're doing. But yeah, Utah's 7th in rebounds in the league, and the Thunder allow the second most rebounds per game. So I feel pretty good about this parlay. Moving on to the second one, I think these parlays just keep getting better as this video goes on. This is a 5-legger. It's De'Aaron Fox 20 plus, Mr. Lillard 25 plus, the big fella 25 plus. Markkanen's back for 20 plus because he's hit it in 96%. That's ridiculous. And LeBron James 20 plus, who has the most incredible conversion rate ever at 20 plus points per game. I will get to that at the end of this parlay. Fox 20 plus points. He's averaging 25 this year. He's averaging an incredible 30.4 points per game in his last 10. Last time he played Portland, he scored 33 points, and he's hit this in 7 of his last 8, aka 88% of the time. Damian Lillard, 25 plus. I think he might have done that in the All-Star game. He's averaging 31.4 points per game and a huge 36.1 points per game in the last 10. That's pretty impressive. He is a crazy 19-1 for this line in his last 20 games, aka 95%. Almost Mr. Lowry's numbers. Joel Embiid, 25 plus. He's averaging 31.1 points per game and 32 points in his last 10 games. Versus Memphis earlier this year, he scored 35 points, and he averages 34 at home, which he will be. He's done this 17 out of his last 18 games, aka 94%. Feels bad for my roommate who got that one game that he didn't. But anyway, we've already covered Mr. Markkinen at 20 plus points. And now, LeBron James. We took his over, so hopefully he just scores a lot anyway. But 20 plus points. LeBron has hit this in an absolutely ridiculous 37 straight games. That's incredible. But yeah, those are the 2 straight bets, the 2 parlays. And by the way, if you were going to combine all of the highest percentage legs of the parlay, Lowry plus 20%, rocking at 96% in his last 26. Giddey, 12 plus points, 94% conversion rate out of his last 18. Fox, 20 plus points, which he's done almost 90% of the time in his last 8 games. Dame Dollar, 95% rate at 25 plus points per game. He's done it 19 out of 20. Embiid to score 25 points in his upcoming game is 94% happening in 17 of his last 18, And finally, LeBron, 100%, 20 plus points in his last 37. If you combine all those legs, I kind of butchered explaining it, but if you combine them in FanDuel right now, it is almost bet $1, get $1 at -105, which is fantastic. It feels a little weird to have 3 parlays in one night, but, why not? So I'm going to make this last one the giveaway ladder challenge bet for everybody. I was going to start this on Monday, but I think I'll start it tomorrow just because I'm really excited about it. And I'll also start one on Monday. Just a reminder, I'm going to start with $10 and with $320 and then give it away. So on next Friday, I will potentially have $640 to give away. But the way this is going to work is tomorrow, Thursday, I will be betting $10 in the morning. I guess I could say today it's 2:30 a.m. But I will bet $10 Thursday and hopefully end the day with roughly $20. Friday, I will bet all 20 and end the day with hopefully $40. I will do that for 5 straight days, end the day with $320 on that 5th day, and then be giving it away. I'd like to do this starting tomorrow and then also start another one on Monday. Do it every Monday, give the money away to somebody on Friday. I think that would be really fun. Just be like a even better reason to look forward to Fridays. But yeah, everybody cheer for this parlay tonight if you want a piece of that 320. By the way, shout out to the COS YouTube channel for coming up with this ladder challenge. What they do is if you start with $10 and you do 10 straight days of winning, you can get to 10,000. Right now, they haven't put it up in a while because unfortunately they were like 0-4, 0-5 for trying it. No hate, I love that channel. And in fact, they were a big reason that I was able to successfully do the 10-day challenge to 10K. So love that channel. You guys should check them out. And finally, the lean is for Colin Sexton. I just checked, but his line keeps getting taken down. He's fighting a lingering hamstring injury, which is why I plan on taking his under, and I will post either on TikTok Shorts or just like a community post if he's playing tonight, what his line is, and if I'll still be taking the under. And lastly, Jalen Brunson's line of 26.5 came out really early for some reason, and I will be taking that tomorrow in all likelihood. I don't want to take it today just in case you guys can't get it already. But if you can and want to jump on that early, I would probably advise it. But that's it for this video. If you're new to sports gambling and want to see the 10 rules that have led me to success so far, here you go. Check this out. All right, thanks everybody. I'll catch you tomorrow, and good luck, y'all.